Hello, my name, and this is my review for Namie Amuro's Best Fiction Tour DVD. And let's see. To start with, this was released in about 2009. I didn't watch this until about 2013, uh, probably about a week or two ago. And I meant to get this DVD way earlier, but things happen, and I just got sidetracked. But I wound up getting it. I had a few extra bucks because of tax season, so I was thinking, hey, why don't I go ahead and get Namie Amoro's Best Fiction Tour DVD? Um, and one of the things that drew me to it was the fact that the set list. There was just so many songs on the set list that I was just like, wow, this is going to be a really great tour. And also, the way the tour looked, it seemed like a lot of money was invested into it and a lot of thought and time also. But overall, I'm slightly disappointed in this DVD tour because I felt like it should have been more dancing. Um, One thing that I can kind of count on Namie Amuro is that she kind of brings the dancing and live singing, and she did on this concert for the Best Fiction concert tour, but I felt like it was lacking. Um, let's see. One thing that kind of annoyed me was whenever, like, a lot of times when there's a dance break in the song, the lights would dim and you couldn't see the dance break. I was thinking that's so annoying. Why would they do that? This is when, like, this is what's selling the concert to an extent, like the dancing. And I felt like they did that maybe because they felt like Namie's dance moves weren't up to par. Maybe. So they dimmed the lights and just maybe showed you some figures dancing in the dark and you can't really see them doing anything. Um, so that was one thing that kind of annoyed me. Another thing that annoyed me was um, she performed a remix of So Crazy, and I didn't like that song. I think that the original version was the best, like the best version there is. But she performed the remix version, and I was thinking, when I heard that it was remix, I was like, okay, maybe it's the Mad Bear remix or either the Mad Break remix, one of the two. It's included on the Style CD as a bonus track. I'm thinking, okay, that'd be pretty cool to see her perform that, but it was a totally new remix that didn't make sense. I'm like, the original version was great. She should have performed that version. And something else that annoyed me was when she was performing Wishing on the Same Star, she totally neglected all the falsetto high notes. And I felt like I knew to an extent based on how her voice sounded that like I felt like she probably was going to do that because maybe her voice wasn't up to par to do those notes. So instead of just sounding out of tune and cracking, she would just avoid those notes, which I think was a good choice. Another option would have been to lip sync, but I kind of like I'd rather her take the other option, which is just avoid doing those high notes. But if she had lip synced it, I probably would have just cut her some slack. You know, she had lip sync. I remember her lip syncing on the Space of Hip Hop tour. Space of Hip Hop tour. All for You, and I didn't really mind that for some reason. I've seen her perform the song a lot of times, so I'm like, all right, you've proven that you can sing it, so lip sync it if you want to. Okay, at this point, I'm going to do a track-by-track review, or at least a song-by-song review. And I'll make it pretty quick for the most part, except for probably my favorites. The intro sucked. I didn't like the intro. Um, the intro was Do Me More, and I felt like Namie has done way better introductions to her show than that. I felt like probably some other songs performed in this concert could have been the great introduction, like Rocksteady. Um, she could have did the same thing she did for Hide and Seek as the introduction. I think that would have worked better too. Violet Sauce, I liked the song, but her performance was alright. It wasn't anything awesome. Alarm, I like that song. It's alright. It gets slightly repetitive because they repeat, I think, the first verse or something in the song. But her dance moves weren't up to the standard that I've seen them at before, so I was like, dang it. I just felt like she could have given it more. So Crazy, she ruined it by doing the remix. The original version was just fine. She should have kept it as is. New Look, this is when it starts to get kind of good. You know, it's not, New Look isn't a song that's really dancey, so she can kind of get away with not going all out crazy with dance moves. And I thought that her and her dancers did the choreography well, and you know there was a nice prop there too, the big high heel shoe. Hello, I like Hello, although I'm a bit tired of the song, but I won't hold that against Namie Amuro. I liked her performance; it was pretty good, you know. And the crowd cheered when she had took off her previous costume and to show and reveal her next costume. And I thought that was pretty funny. Girl Talk, it was alright. I seen her dance moves better. I seen her perform her dance moves for that song better. Shine More, this is probably one of my favorites. There's no dancing, but she really goes for it with her singing with this. She goes deep and really tries to get soulful with it. And she does get soulful with the song. And with this song, like, she's not dancing, but she's bringing it so much with her vocals that you're like, okay, this is a song where, you know, she can just forget the dancing and just go all out with the vocals. And I'm thinking, all right, you know, she's doing her thing. She's showing, like, you know, all those people who were, you know, trashing her back in the 90s, saying she can't sing, you know, she's definitely proving them wrong now. And the next song, Full Moon, I like this song too. I like the choreography and Namie's kind of being seductive on it, like a strip pole. And also, at one point, her and her dance troupe, they like form a line and she starts like moving from this side to this side to this side to this side. Yeah, I'm like, all right, that's a standout performance. I like that one. Lobotomy, that's pretty forgettable. This is the first time I've heard the word lobotomy in a J-pop song. Put 'em Up, I think this is probably a song that she should have just lip synced and went all out on the dance moves, but she didn't. She sung it live, which, you know, is great, but she should have given it way more with the dance moves, you know. Put 'em Up, I'm used to her doing the dance moves. But, you know, Put 'em Up, you know, it's like a talky sing song, like a talk rapish type of thing going on. So it's not really much of a vocal challenge. It's All About You. I don't really remember that one, so I'll just skip it. But I think I'll skip it. Wishing on the Same Star. I like the setup that she had. I just wish she would have maybe changed up the vocals a bit, and instead of maybe doing the falsetto notes, she could have just did like a soulful note with it instead of just, you know, having the instrumental play. But hey, you know, she performed so many songs here that, she does have to pace herself. And Rocksteady, this is a standout performance, Rocksteady. She definitely brings it with the dance moves and brings it with her style and attitude. So, good job there. Funky Town, I like Funky Town. I like that song a lot. And, she brought it. She was singing it. I just wish that she would have did the long note at the end where she like, Funky Town! Like that long note right at the end. But, can't be, the exact same thing all the time. No, I like that song. I like this performance. However, I think that the performance on the Space of Hip Hop tour was a better performance. But, this was a good performance too. Say the Word. I definitely appreciate that she sings the original version of Say the Word instead of her dance mix version. I like the dance mix version, don't get me wrong. I like her dance moves with it. But, I appreciate her sticking with the original version with this song, especially since this is her, like a greatest hits tour. Doctor, I like that song, and I like her choreography for it. And Wild, I like that song too. Good job there. She's definitely working the middle. Fight Light, I like that song too. Great job. It's one of those like Christmassy songs, and just singing and enjoying the moment. Let's see, Hide and Seek. I think that Hide and Seek should have been the opener. So replace Do Me More with Hide and Seek. So Hide and Seek should have been the opener because they were doing this pretty cool. Like her dancers had these flags that said Best Fiction Tour, and they were spinning them around and throwing them. And I thought that was that should have been the opener. It was better than the Do Me More opener. Queen of Hip Hop tour. Queen of Hip Hop, the song. It was all right. Probably the one from the Space of Hip Hop tour was better. Sexy Girl, pretty good song, but this is one of the moments where they dim the lights when they're doing a dance break, and it's pretty annoying because you can't see the dancing. Want Me. I like this one. I really like this one. For some reason, I think, Namie is a bit lethargic in it, but there's pretty good moments in it where she really kind of comes to life. And also the dancers are pretty awesome when they're doing their dance moves, and Namie does kind of step it up and kind of turns up the sex appeal a little bit. It's a good job. And Top Secret, I like the choreography for Top Secret. Definitely, I think that's the best choreography. Not that much a fan of the song, but I definitely give it to Namie for the choreography. Black Diamond, I like the choreography too. Definitely. What a Feeling, it's pretty good. Then Namie performs Woo Wah. Well, ooh wah, ooh wah, ooh wah, ooh wah. And I like this performance. I think that the performance on the Space of Hip Hop tour was good, but I felt like it was a bit confined and a bit not. It wasn't free. I felt like it wasn't as free as it could have been, and But on the flip side, I think this performance is a bit too free, and she's just not really doing much choreography. But I guess it's because it's an encore song and it's at the end of the show, and she's just kind of, lax with the choreography and just kind of jumping around and, just kind of freestyling. And Can't Sleep, Can't Eat, I'm Sick. This song, it's alright. I actually like their performance for it, though. It's pretty good. The dancers, they were all using all the props from the shows in this performance. And the last song, Baby Don't Cry. I definitely like that song. I think her vocals were pretty good considering that this is the last song of the show. And she performs it solo by herself. There's no one else on stage. She's just singing to the audience. So overall, I like I do like this. Don't get me wrong, I do. I'm definitely a big fan of Namie Amuro, so I hope you guys don't get offended by me. Like I'm not bashing her, but just saying that I'm not, you know, as impressed as I thought I would be. But to give you a quick, some quick backstory, the first live performance as far as a tour is concerned I've seen of Namie's was the So Crazy featuring Best Singles tour, and I really liked that tour. I felt like that tour was probably the best tour she's given, at least to me, so far in her career. Like, there weren't many props. There weren't any cutscenes and showing, an introduction to this on the projector before performances. I just felt like, you know, overall, she just brought the good dancing and the good singing with it. And I felt like that tour was probably her best tour she's done. And she should kind of use that as inspiration for for her tours in the future. And I kind of felt like Namie at that moment in time, I'm not sure, but maybe she felt like this might be her last time since she was going through some professional struggles as far as her record sales are concerned. Although I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have gotten dropped from her record label just off of, um, you know, her style album not doing well. Because that's my favorite album, actually, style. But another story for another day. Overall, best fiction tour concert. If you have some money lying around and you want to spend it, this would be a good buy. And you also get to see Namie perform 30 different songs, and also, you get this would be like a good introduction for someone who wants to get acquainted with Namie Amuro. Definitely. Overall, I don't regret my purchase. It's a good purchase. I was just a little disappointed with it, but overall, I like it. So thanks a lot for watching, and talk with you guys soon.